So you were saying before, Tiffany, how certain things have happened in your past that made you want to seek out a psychologist last time you saw someone. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah, so my mum got married to a guy when I was probably 5.5, 6 years old. He had no kids of his own, and obviously going into a relationship with my mum, I was part of the package, but I was kind of like the unwanted part of the package. And so for a lot of years, he would bully me and do things like, when my mum wasn't home, he would make me dinner and he would make me, say, like Maggi noodles, and he would make me eat the noodles with boiling water and not put the flavour satchel in, and he would, we had a farm, and well, his family had a farm, and we would go up, and they had like a tractor with a bucket, and so everyone would be sitting down, kind of talking, and he would make me get in the bucket, and he would like put it up in the air, so I'd have to like sit. It sounds crazy, but he would put me up in this bucket, like where I was petrified, and everyone else would be sitting down, like talking, and I'd be in this bucket because he would just do just really silly things like that to like purposely exclude me. And then as I got older, it was like verbal, sometimes physical abuse, and he would like tell me all the time, like, you're worthless, like you're not going to amount to anything, you're a no-hoper, like you're not going to get through. At the time I was doing hairdressing, you're not going to get through this. And he would tell all the family, like all my inside and out secrets. And I think that just created a lot of anxiety because I'm like, oh my God, everyone thinks that I'm this or I'm that, and that, that was really hard because people would hear what he had to say, and never kind of my side of it. So I think that's where a lot of this is kind of stemmed from, because I felt the need to be a perfectionist from then to, I guess, prove to everyone that I'm not those horrible things that he said. But I think what I would like to do is try and like get through that so that I don't feel that need anymore, so that I can just go, you know what, I am who I am, and that's okay.
Yeah. So you were only 6 years old when they got together?
Yes, yeah, 6 years old, and then they separated when I was, I'm going to say about 18, 19, somewhere around there. So that was really good. That was really freeing not to have that over my head anymore. So, and he was like that with our whole family. So that wasn't just mainly targeted at me, but that's just who he is as a person. So, yeah.
Still a lot of years from the age of 6 to 18 to be dealing with that.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think as a 6-year-old, you don't realise like what's wrong or right as you kind of, or how you should be treated, I suppose. And then as you get older, you kind of start to work it out, but that can be a really hard thing to, I guess, navigate because you've had it for so long.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I do believe a lot has stemmed from.
Yeah. So kind of like reteaching yourself what's right and wrong, and realizing now how bad that was.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wouldn't say like I feel anything towards him now, like obviously a lot of hatred, but I guess I don't have any kind of, the anxiety I think is the reoccurring issue from living with him. I don't think it's, like I said, I think it's debilitating in the way when I walk into a room and have all these, if someone looks at me, I feel like everyone's looking at me. So I think I definitely carry that from it, but I feel lucky because I'm not completely incapacitated, that I can't live my life. It's just that one element of my life that's really hard to kind of get past.
So he did that to everyone in the family, or did you say it was just targeting you?
Yeah, so I was like the main target and the main person who, I guess, copped the brunt of it, but definitely my other family members have copped elements of his behaviour, and definitely my mum throughout the years copped a good portion of it, I guess. So I think, he's just got a very narcissistic personality, and yeah, that was very hard.
Yeah. So you say how it can become debilitating. Do you have an example of times where it's happened and tell me how debilitating it is?
Yeah, I think, trying to think of a recent example. I think a recent example is probably, I've had a few events on recently, and I think this is the general thing with events is beforehand I get quite worked up, thinking about, oh my goodness, what am I going to wear, how do I act, and all of those things that go through your mind, and then walking into the event, I'm already so worked up that it's just hard to just walk in and just have a good time because I'm thinking about all of, is that person looking at me? Am I wearing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right thing to that person? Did I laugh a little too loudly? And like I said, instead of enjoying the event and enjoying the experience, I feel like I'm just so up in my head that I don't get to enjoy it, and I feel that's debilitating because instead of having these fun memories, I just think about how worked up in my head I was at the event. And it can be, I can get to, sometimes if I've received a text message or something that has got maybe like a slightly rude undertone, sometimes I feel like I can't complete my daily task, whatever I've got to do, say it's on a weekend, I've got to clean the house or whatever. Sometimes I just sit and stress about what that person said or why they've said it, and I feel like I can't move forward unless I've dealt with whatever has happened or the reason that message has come through that way, or if someone's said something, or so I find in that aspect it's debilitating.
Yeah. Sounds really consuming. You're constantly thinking about what other people are thinking of you and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Does it feel exhausting at times?
Yeah, totally exhausting. I think I try in my head to just go, it's okay, like, you'll get through it, everything will be okay, but I think that the other side of the thoughts kind of creep in more, and I look at the clock and I'm like, oh my god, I've wasted how many hours stressing about this, and yeah, it's exhausting because it's like, I could have got so much more done in that time rather than stressing about something that wasn't even an issue at the end of the day anyway.
Yeah. So when you're feeling anxious, like you're saying it's debilitating and consuming, what do you find yourself doing at those times? Do you just freeze and don't know what to do, or do you have any coping mechanisms?
Depending on the severity of the incident, I think as I've gotten older, my way of coping is pushing through. So I think I've gotten a lot better at, in the past I may have cancelled an event and not gone and just stayed home and had regrets. But now I will get up, get dressed, and I'll go despite being up in my head. So I will kind of push through it. And if, say it's, I don't know, the example of the text message, I will try and get up and do a couple of small things rather than just sit there and do nothing. I try and push through and not think about it, but that's taking time.
But in the past you haven't been able to do that.
No, I would let myself be a lot more consumed by it than probably as I get older. I don't know whether that's an age and maturity thing or, but in the past I would, literally sit there and just stress about it and think of all the horrible things and all the things that I could have said and done leading up to that moment. Whereas now I'll kind of just try and deal with it as quickly as possible. So.
Yeah. Do you have any support people or anyone you talk to about these things?
Yeah, so I've got my husband, and I can talk quite freely with him about anything, and he is a really good support person because he is a very calm person. So we're kind of polar opposites, but he is quite a calm person, and quite a rational thinker. So when I am in that state and overthinking and anxious, he is someone really good to just calm me down and put rational thoughts in my head instead of irrational thoughts. So he's a great person for that.
Yeah. But with all this anxiety, has it affected other parts of your life, like work or anything like that, or you just pushing through, like you're saying, just getting up and doing things anyway?
So in the past, it did. It really affected work, and to the point where I had quit some jobs that I had that I actually really liked. When I started my current job, though, I kind of promised myself that I wouldn't allow anxiety to take over that job. And things that I would have said no to in the past, I always make sure I say yes and I do them anyway. But yeah, sometimes like it can be it can make work tricky, but I don't think it affects my performance or anything like that.
Oh, well, that's really good then.
Yes.
Like, it's good that you're here and you realise that you have these issues, but you're wanting to work through them and you can recognise when they're happening.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.